Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening show. As you would see, I'm still recovering from a bout of severe flu here, and so definitely the enthusiasm will be on the wane, it will be lacking, but I'll be doing it in a very, very sober manner. So, as far as today's cricket show is concerned, it's about the third one day international, which was a very important match for Sri Lanka. It was a must win match for them, but they put up a very poor performance. On a wicket, definitely had at the Wanderers in Johannesburg, that definitely had a lot of extra zip onto it as far as bounce was concerned. And also, I wouldn't say stroke making was that easy, with the ball at times stopping. So, but it was, in fact, the Sri Lankans collapsed to 163. They, barring the opening start they got from Dikwala and the captain Taranga, there was nothing to really write home about. And after that, for a space of 103 runs, there was 10 wickets which went away, and the Sri Lankans were off for 163. And as far as South Africa were concerned, it was definitely easy pickings for them, as in the 32nd over, they won the match by 7 wickets at the new Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg, and also won the ODI series as they take a 3-0 winning lead in the series with only 2 to go. So, so that is as far as that match is concerned. As I'm talking to you here, there is the final one-day international which is played, and well, the pressure is definitely on Australia, no doubt about it. After Marcus Stoinis' heroic feat, which still couldn't fetch a victory for the Aussies would be hoping that they actually win this match against New Zealand to level the Chappell Hadley Trophy ODI series. While I'm talking to you, New Zealand definitely not looking a pretty picture here, with a live cricket update here coming in from Seddon Park in Hamilton in the final Chappell Hadley Trophy ODI match. New Zealand actually were doing well. They were 176 for 2 at one stage, but they are slumped to 210 for 6, which has really put them on the back foot here. Right now, Ross Taylor has looked the part. He has been getting his pull shots going, which is his primary bread and butter shot that he likes to whack the ball over the mid wicket. I mean, pulls the ball very well. And today we have seen that Ross Taylor has been able to do it in a very comfortable manner without any issues, and Ross Taylor has been successful so far. As I speak to you, Ross Taylor's score moves on to 90 of 87 deliveries, 11 fours, and Mitchell Santer is with him right now, not out on 1. Earlier, Dean Brownlee, who has played 9 ODI innings, finally got to his maiden 50. So Dean Brownlee getting his maiden 50 in the match. So that was as far as match is concerned. I will come back to that later, but definitely it's all about the Sri Lanka versus South Africa match, which I'm going to talk about. But as you know, I'm definitely under the weather, so it's going to be a match summary. So the match, South Africa were the ones who actually won the toss, and they instantly decided that they are going to insert the opposition in. And what one saw is that there was really extra bounce on the pitch. Naresh Dikwala played some nice strokes, which was good to see. And the other end, Taranga was giving him good company as well. And the score was gradually moving along. And with Naresh Dikwala on the crease playing real aggressive cricket, things are really going on well. There was a bit of a drop catch too, JP Duminy dropping him, and things were really looking good for Sri Lanka. The opening start, they started off in aggressive fashion and they put on 60 in the 12th over, and that was and today for the Sri Lankans there were 2 debutants. Lahiru Kumara, who made his test debut in the test matches, also made his debut in ODIs. He was pretty impressive. And also Lahiru Madhushanka also made his debut, and he was, I would say, he was equally impressive in his first match, because he got his maiden ODI wicket in his very first over of that of Duplessis. And one was really impressed by the way Lahiru Madhushanka bowled. He kept the ball onto the stumps. He has a good smooth bowling action. He was getting the ball to dart away, and he was getting the ball. He basically he was sort of a length bowler. I mean, he was really attacking the stumps, and it was good to see. But I was really wondering as to why Sri Lanka did not use him for his full quota, because he was very impressive. His 4 overs, 15 runs and 1 wicket. And I'm sure Lahiru Madhushanka looks to be a very good ODI prospect, and also T20 probably, because he was really hitting straps. Okay. Now, as far as Sri Lanka were concerned, so the opening start was going on in a very nice fashion, and then tragedy struck as Kagiso Rabada forced Taranga to actually go and play a shot, which he did. He pulled the ball, and Wayne Pretorius picked up a good catch. So he's gone for 31, 45, that is 5 fours. That was the only good thing to happen. And after that, Felu Cavallo, who probably didn't deserve the wickets, this was some rash strokes from both Kushal Mendis and Chandimal, as Kushal Mendis was caught by Amla of the bowling of Felu Cavallo for 4 of 7 deliveries, and Chandimal was the victim, caught Morris bowled Felu Cavallo for 4, which left the score at 3 for 89, and Niroshan Dikwala at the centre. Dhananjay De Silva walked in, but Dhananjay De Silva also could not last long. After making 16 of 25 balls with 2 fours, he fell a victim to the bowling of Morris for 16, and then we had a sort of an invasion on the ground, with a swarm of bees coming in, which actually held up play for 65 minutes. And then when play resumed, Gunaratne wicket was gone, as Gunaratne actually fended at the delivery from Rabada. Pretorius taking the catch. He was gone for 2, which made it 125 for 5. Dikwala was the highest scorer, contributing 74 of 80 deliveries with 7 fours, before Pretorius, who was also very impressive with his bowling today, as he forced Dikwala to forced a caught behind by De Kock for 74. Patirana was out in a very called funny circumstances. Imran Tahir was the bowler. The ball was a real leg break, I would say, and Imran Tahir had bowled it wide outside the off stump, and Patirana, probably thinking that it is a googly and it might move the other way, shouldered arms, and only to see his middle and off stump being knocked back, and Imran Tahir had taken his wicket for 18 with 1 boundary. And Imran Tahir, once again, as I said, this has happened, this has proved to be a big challenge for Sri Lanka when it comes to Imran Tahir, and Imran Tahir once again did his job in the best possible way he can. 9.2 overs, 2 maidens, 21 runs and 2 wickets. Splendid bowling from he kept on throttling the Lankans. Madhushanka was a victim, caught by Duplessis of Pretorius for naught, and Pretorius cleaned up the tail. Lakmal was a victim of Pretorius for naught. Kumra for 5, Sandakan not 163 all out. So from 60 for 1 after the opening partnership for 103 runs, the whole Sri Lankan team totally folded away. As far as the bowling was concerned, Imran Tahir, on whom the Sri Lankans have not been able to get any handle on, was super impressive. 9.2 overs, 2 maidens, 21 runs and 2 wickets. Felu Cavallo was a bit gifted, a bit lucky, I would say, to get 2 wickets of Chandimal and Mendes, who played rash strokes. 5 overs, 2 for 26. Dumini 3 was none for 7-9. Pretorius did a fine job, not only contained the Lankan batsman, also picked up 3 wickets for 19. of 7 overs and 2 maidens. 8 overs 1 for 38 for Morris, 7 overs 2 for 39 for Kagiso Rabada. And as far as South Africa were concerned, when they started, the start was pretty good. Quinton de Kock hit one boundary, but then Lairu Kumara was actually bowling 142 clicks, knocked off the stumps of Quinton de Kock by getting him out for 8 of 11 deliveries with 1-4. Hamla was playing within himself. Du Plessis came in. Du Plessis stroked a few boundaries, and this partnership slowly realizing that the stroke making was not as easy as it seemed to be, with the ball probably stopping. They had to really chisel out a partnership, which they did, and push the score on to 58. But then this was something that Hashim Amla probably would have been guilty, because he was the one who called de Villiers for the second run, and he was running to the danger end despite his scramble to the crease and trying to really sprawling on the ground with his bat. But by the time Madhushanka had a nice throw relayed in, and Patirana whipped off the bails, and Hashim Amla was run out for 34 with 4 boundaries. Du Plessis was still there. De Villiers joined him, and De Villiers, as I said, was not really indulging in any big hits. I mean, if you look at this particular innings in Wanderers in Johannesburg, very rarely you see sixes not being hit. And here there's just 1 6 that was it. That was also a top edge of the bowling of the bat of Du Plessis. And then Madhushanka came in his very first over. Lairu Madhushanka, the fast medium bowler, was very impressive, I thought, because he was very impressive in the sense he kept the ball up to the batsman. He bowled according to the needs of the game, and in his very first over showed that he had some material in him. He got the ball to dart away a bit initially, and then also what was good about Lairu Madhushanka was he attacked the stumps. I mean, you didn't get much freebies with him. He was right on target. I mean, he was hitting the stumps, and the batsmen definitely were not finding him easy, and that forced Du Plessis to actually have a stroke at Madhushanka because the runs were not coming by, and that was his maiden over in one-day internationals. And what a joy for Madhushanka in the very first over, with the final delivery of his introduction to international cricket. Madhushanka forced Du Plessis to actually play a ball through the offside, and De Silva took the catch, and Chaturanga, and that was the end of Du Plessis. 24 of 27, 3-4s and 1-6. Duminy joined De Villiers, and with De Villiers at the crease, one knew it's just a matter of time before things come up. And De Villiers not out on 60, 61 deliveries, 5 fours. Duminy not out on 28 of 40 deliveries, 2 fours. Game over. South Africa winning the third one-day international by 7 wickets, and also taking the ODI series. I mean, they already won the ODI series. As far as the bowling was concerned, Surendra Lakmal was very impressive with his bowling, one thought. 6 overs, 1 made and none for 23. Kumara 8 overs, 1 for 49, turned up the pace a bit here. Madhushanka to me was very impressive. I was just wondering as to why Madhushanka did not bowl his full quota. I thought he was pretty impressive because he bowled, his economy rate was good. 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 15. And I'm sure Madhushanka is someone on whom, I mean, the first impression that one got of Madhushanka with the way he bowled is something that I would rather say that Madhushanka looks to be a very impressive bowler because he bowled stump to stump, and especially looks tailor-made for ODI and T20 cricket. So Madhushanka had a good, wonderful debut, picked up his maiden wicket in ODIs in his very maiden over in international cricket. Sandakan got a bit of a tap today, 6 overs 33. Padirana 7 overs went for 35, and Chaturanga bowled 1 over for 8 runs. The man of the match went to Dwayne Pretorius of South Africa for his excellent bowling. 7 overs, 2 maidens, 19 runs and 3 wickets, and I thought that was the right way to go. So that is as far as Sri Lanka and South Africa were concerned. Now let's go live to the match between New Zealand and Australia. We are talking about the final Chappell Hadley Trophy ODI match. New Zealand, as I said, they were the ones who actually won the toss, elected to bat at Seddon Park in Hamilton, and they were doing pretty well. They had taken the score to 176 for 2 at one stage, and right now when I'm speaking to you, it has been a really big struggle for them. They are struggling at 224 for 6. The death overs are not fetching runs. Ross Taylor is still crawling away, I would say. He was not out on 94 of 91 deliveries, 11 fours. As I said, he has looked the part today. Ross Taylor has played some beautiful strokes. He has been, I would say, he has been really getting going today. He deserves a century for sure. Santner is not on 11 with 1-6 to his name. And as I'm talking to you, in 6 overs right now, New Zealand have added just 18 runs from the 36th over to the 41st over, and that has really put a sort of a real block on the New Zealand batting here, I would say. But one has to wait and watch as to what really comes up. So that is something. And I'm also told that it is Mitchell Santner's 25th birthday, so Santner would be hoping that he really gets going here and thrashes a few towards the end of the New Zealand innings to celebrate his birthday and get some nice treats for his team, so that he can pivot the New Zealand score with only 6 overs to go. Absolute death overs on progress right now, and one hopes that Mitchell Santner is able to do something out of the ordinary on his birthday, 25th birthday. So happy birthday, Mitchell Santner. So that is as far as both these matches go, and just giving you a sort of a synopsis as to what happened. This particular match, there were no debuts, but it all started with Dean Brownlee really showing very well. And as I said, in 9 matches so far, Dean Brownlee opening the innings had never scored a maiden 50 in ODIs, and today he got an opportunity which he seized by making 63 of 78 deliveries, 7 fours. Latham was the first victim today, as he was caught by Hazelwood with the bowling start for naught. Williamson played some nice strokes in his fine little innings, but then Cummins had him with the better of the bounce here, as Williamson shaped to actually put the ball through the offside, trying to have a real rasping cut, and in the process Hanscom behind the stumps took the resultant edge. Broom got a ball from Faulkner that actually angled away and just took it away from him a shade, and Neil Broom felt for that as he nicked it on to Hanscom behind the stumps for 8. Colin Munro was caught by Stark with the bowling of Hazelwood for 3, and Neeshams was clean bowled by Hazelwood for 1. And Hazelwood has done a fine job. So right now, as I'm talking to you from Seddon Park in Hamilton, New Zealand are 226 for 6. We are on the 44th over. We have Taylor not of 95, 92, that was 11 fours. Santner not of 11, 16, 1 4. Stark has done a decent job, 6.6 overs, 1 minute, 1 for 33. Hazelwood 2 for 44, has been right on the mark there. Stoinis 4 overs, 22. Cummins 1 for 44. Zampa none for 41. And Faulkner had also given him 41 runs, but picked 2 wickets in the bargain. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I'll be talking about the outcome of this match tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show. Till such time that happens, it's good night from Host Ram Studios. Thank you.